English, supporting parents to support their child. As parents, we all want the best for our children. You are watching this video for that very reason. We all have dreams and aspirations for our children, and education is an intrinsic part of achieving those aims. This video will look at: how can I help my child? How can I understand what they're learning? What will this mean for my child as they develop through school? We want to support you in supporting your child so that you have clear aims of how you can help them. The aim of this video is to support parents in helping your child's progress with English, support parents in understanding the curriculum and what their child is learning, both now and in the future, and to support parents in exploring the language used in everyday life with their child and in becoming a successful communicator for life. What are your dreams for the future? What career excites you? What experiences do you want from life? At the heart of achieving whatever your hopes and dreams are is a high standard of literacy. Being able to read, write, speak and listen well are the keys to success in all areas of life. At Monkspath, we recognise its importance as an essential skill in enabling you to be learners for life. The knowledge, skills and understanding taught through our English curriculum can be grouped into three specific areas: reading, writing, speaking and listening. Our school website makes clear our aims for English at Monkspath School. Reading, writing, speaking and listening all lead to good communication. A good command of English is good communication for life. Good communicators make successful people. And the better you are at communicating, the more successful you will be. So as a parent, how do I help with this? Look at your child's stage of working and look at what they're expected to do. What are they reading? What's the homework asking of them? These will all give an indication of where the child is working at. Of course, there will always be children working outside the stage of their year group who have particular difficulties in the subject area. They will have an individual plan of learning or work with our inclusion team. They may also be working within another year group stage. If this is the case, you will be aware of that fact. Your child will have been given targets and things to work on by their class or English teacher that will have been communicated to you. If you're unsure, please speak to your child's class teacher. Resilience is about being the best that you can be and not giving up on work. So what is my child learning in English? What will my child be learning in the future? What does the curriculum look like? Aspects that you will need to focus on with your child are reading, writing, speaking, listening, and within all of this, grammar. The greatest emphasis in change is the focus of grammar to secure a stage and end of key stage grammar testing. Grammar, punctuation, vocabulary. The early years curriculum, although structured differently to key stage 1 and 2, also places emphasis on these areas within communication and language, listening and speaking. Hopefully, you will begin to make links between where your children are and where they are going to. The curriculum. It became apparent to us through Parents' Evening and our recent Key Stage 2 meeting that although parents had the curriculum, some of the jargon or labels were difficult to understand. The reading curriculum refers to appendices. We will ensure that these are on the school website for you to access. The best advice for supporting the reading curriculum is the more you read and challenge with reading, the more accessible your child's age group standard will become. Workbooks and activities only offer a limited support. Reading a more challenging text with you has a much greater impact. We will look at this in more detail later. Again, it's hard. Don't tell them it's too hard. Encourage them. Say, you can do it, I will help you. Praise and show your child that you are proud of them. Previously, imagination and style were given much greater credit. The quality of grammar, understanding, and a child's ability to use it is now essential to meet the standard. It's so much harder. If they don't get it this year, they will fall behind. Grammar has always been taught, but not to this level. The pattern has to be securing it, using it, and applying it. Greater depth means that your child can do this independently. The expectations of the curriculum are high. To perform at greater depth is a massive undertaking. There is a great deal of information to secure. Make sure you look ahead to where your child needs to be at the end of the year or key stage. So, what do the tests look like? Here are some examples. The testing shows what is expected of your children at the end of Year 2. It reflects the teaching and learning of the previous 4 years in school. What are the expectations of grammar, punctuation and vocabulary for Key Stage 2? At the end of Key Stage 2, children will be tested on these. And in Year 6, the tests show what is expected of your children at the end of the year. It reflects the teaching and learning of the previous 4 years in Key Stage 2. The test is not a test of learning in Year 6 only. Here are some examples of reading test questions. There is a much greater emphasis on vocabulary. The more you read, the greater your experiences. The more interests you have, the wider your vocabulary is going to be. Read, read, read. We value your support, as do your children. However, we do not expect you to teach them at home. There is a great deal of anxiety amongst parents about getting it right, which is completely understandable. You can't fail to get it right if you are a positive language role model and loving parent, being prepared to listen and give time to your child. Reading for pleasure. This video clip shows 2 authors, Michaela Morgan and Christopher Edge, talking through their tips on reading with your child. This video will be linked in the bio on YouTube. Reading for pleasure is the single biggest factor in success later in life, outside of an education. Study after study has shown that those children who read for pleasure are the ones who are most likely to fulfill their ambitions. If your child reads, they will succeed. It's that simple. Learning to read is about listening and understanding as well as working out print. Through hearing stories, children are exposed to a rich and wide vocabulary. This helps them build their own vocabulary and improve their understanding when they listen, which is vital as they start to read. It's important for them to understand how stories work as well. Even if your child doesn't understand every word, they'll hear new sounds, words and phrases which they can then try out, copying what they have heard. Statements such as "I hate reading" or "I don't have time for reading" are unhelpful. They have to find time if they are to keep up. It's a life skill, and as the world of work becomes harder, the need to be a better reader sits alongside. Reading. What age should I read to my child? Again, this video link can be found in the bio on YouTube. There is much research to show babies link reading to a positive, loving and safe experience, so it's invaluable to start reading to babies as soon as they are born. Here are the top 10 tips to help children enjoy reading. As children start to learn to read at school, you can play an important role in helping to keep them interested in books, finding out what interests them, and helping them to find books that will be engaging and fun for them. Give time to helping them practice reading the books they will bring home from school. Reading aloud to your child, talking about the words and pictures and sharing ideas about the book. Reading yourself. Children who see adults reading and enjoying reading are much more likely to want to read themselves. Making sure that your child is surrounded by books. You don't need hundreds of books at home, but make regular trips to the library or bookshop, not just to borrow books, but to spend time together browsing and learning to make choices. In this way, reading becomes a habit. Younger children, who are very active, find it hard to do this, so choose your time of the day carefully. Most importantly, talk to your child. Spend time with them doing simple activities, cooking, making something, building a model. As you talk about what you're doing, you're helping them to learn new words. Later, when they see words written down, they have already heard them and know what they mean. Share vocabulary, introduce a complex word. Children love it. We need to stop reading being seen as something children just do in school and put it back into competition with computers, video games, films and DVDs as a fun way to spend free time. Seeing reading as something that happens at home and is shared by everyone in the family is key. Reading is a shared experience. Sharing doesn't mean always reading together. Here are some top tips. Read with your child. Model positive behaviours towards reading. Provide a range of reading materials. Remember, all reading has a value. Don't forget to praise and encourage your child. Any reading provides a view of the world and knowledge, however simple. Celebrate language and use of vocabulary. Just show them how interesting it is to be able to read so that they want to do it for themselves. Being a role model. How many boys play a sport that their dad plays? How many children pursue hobbies directed by their parents? How many children role-play reading and writing? In Foundation, children role-play household chores, being on the telephone, texting, being on the laptop, but they don't role-play reading and writing. Do your children know when you read and write? If you are writing a presentation for work, do they know that that's what you're doing and its purpose? Do they see you reading? It's really important to be the good role models to your children. How do you speak and what do you watch? The other way in which we are role models as parents is in how we talk and what we listen to at home. This video clip illustrates how popular culture influences our children and us, but reminds us of the importance of speaking well and correctly with the expectations on grammar in education. The link can be found in the bio to this video. Influences on our language are immense. We all watch, listen and enjoy programs where this is very different from traditional grammar and curriculum expectations. This does not mean we have to be perfect, but we have to help our children with what they're up against. Language is a wonderful thing. Children of all ages love new words, attempting to use them and feeling knowledgeable in using them. We can access new vocabulary as we challenge readers. Words, words, words. We all love a good joke and playing with words. Language should be exciting and about exploration, not hard, boring, or a barrier to understanding. Please make sure that as parents you correct your child's speech and grammar. This isn't being critical or negative. As with all things, it's in the way which you do it. Having expectations is both positive and supportive. Expect clear speech from your child. Talk about language, words and technical vocabulary. Share new vocabulary from the things they read. Correct yourself at times and share this with your children. Listen and model good listening. You do not have to have all the answers. If in doubt, look it up. Google it. Writing. As well as role modelling, get your child writing at home. Writing doesn't always have to have an agenda or purpose provided by you. Let them scribble, write to imaginary friends, make posters. Ask them to write too. A letter, postcard, shopping list, multitask. Writing for a purpose as an adult. Dawn and the Tooth Fairies, different voices for different purposes. being a model for writing. Listening is also vitally important. Listen to your child and model good listening. Make eye contact with your child when they're talking to you. Show that you're interested. It's a major motivator for learning. Bloom's taxonomy and questioning. Bloom's questioning was mentioned at the Key Stage 2 meeting. Our whole school working and thinking is based around Bloom's taxonomy and the focus or skill that we're drawing out of or teaching to the children at any one time. It reflects the learning journey, starting with knowledge. The Bloom's verb wheel includes things your child might be producing in class, be asked to produce for homework, or can do at home. You may choose to do this with them or want to model what they're doing in school. All this work reflects the child's understanding, their progress and their level of learning. If you're not sure about Bloom's, have a look on Google, there's loads of information. Here's a clearer view of the learning journey, starting with remembering at the bottom, all the way up to creating, right at the top of the pyramid. Resilience is the key. Not all children will find it easy. There will be times and areas of learning that will challenge you all as a family. Maintaining positive focus and support is the greatest support that you can give. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that it is going to be of use to you as you support your child with their English.